Speaking of the fight, a lot of people speak about how this fight is going to be like an old school fight, like Thomas Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard. In your thought process, though, how important is it to you to like, hey, this fight has to be exciting for the fans, quote unquote, because it is one of the biggest fights that we've had in a long time, or is it like I'm just trying to get the win and I'm going to adjust and do whatever needs to be done in that ring and not really worrying about putting on a quote unquote show.
Well, listen, every time that I step foot in the ring, every time Errol Spence Jr. step foot in the ring, it's a exciting fight. So I wouldn't think that it wouldn't be exciting or fireworks come July 29th. So we prepare for war. We prepare for you know uh, walking through fire. So I assure you it will be an exciting fight come July 29th.
When you guys went on your media tour, you had a lot of kind of trash talking. You talked about you like to fish, you're gonna bring it in. He seems he always is a little grumpy and it's kind of his own way and everything. Do you find that kind of amusing? How maybe you can get a little bit under his skin when you talk about certain things about how you're gonna reel in the big fish and some of the things that you can do with him. Because I saw you kind of laughing and smiling when he would kind of get a little animated about things.
Well, I don't think he was getting upset or anything. I just think he feel the way he feel, and that's just that. He feel as if he's the best fighter that's going to be victorious July 29th, and I feel as if I'm the best fighter that's going to be victorious July 29th. So it's just competitive nature.
You interact a lot. Well, you interact a bit with fans on social media. I guess the boxing, Twitter, boxing, Instagram, things of that nature. In your mind, do you feel like boxing fans really have a good idea about like how the business works, how these things kind of come together and everything, and how important is it to maybe have those interactions with those fans, but do it in a way that you guys are both getting your say out, but actually educating them on kind of the business of boxing.
Not at all. I don't think the boxing fans have a clue what goes on behind closed doors. I think the boxing fans, most boxing fans, they piggyback off of things that they hear. They'll hear a reporter say this, and they'll run with it, or they'll hear a reporter say this, and they will say the same thing. It don't have to be factuals. It could just be something that they doing for likes and clickbait and things like that. But for me as a fighter, there's no need for me to keep coming out trying to explain to somebody that, let me see, it don't really make sense for me to come out and try to explain what I got going on business wise to somebody that it really doesn't even matter. Only thing that matters is that they want to see a fight. So financial wise, structure wise, it doesn't benefit me to even get all up into things like that for them to even know, because at the end of the day they just want to see a fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last question I got for you, and I'll let you go, and I thank you for taking out the time, is what do you think is the most misunderstood or misreported or thing about your career that people say? The one thing that they always get totally, wrong, and you hear it and you can't believe like the media or the fans get this wrong about, your career as a boxer.
I think the most thing that people say about me and my career is that I haven't fought anybody. I think that's the one thing that if you go down and you really look into the guys that I fought, you would change your mind. You would say, "Oh, well, this guy was a world champion. This guy was a world champion. This guy was a top contender. Or this guy was undefeated. He was a top contender." I just think all the world champions that I done fought and beat, I don't get no credit for none of them or any of them at that. So I just think that's one of the things that they have wrong.